What's up? Welcome back to the Songwriter Support channel. If you're new here, go ahead, drop a subscribe, drop a like. Helps the channel a lot. I make content that focuses on helping people who are trying to get deeper in their walk with Christ and get deeper in faith, but also understanding their creative callings as well. Because I think there are a lot of creatives in music, art, videography, and many different platforms that want to get deeper with their relationship with God. And I think there are times where we have to understand what's really being pushed to us to make us walk away from that. So as you'll see with the title of this video, today we're talking about lust. And honestly, why the music industry pushes the narrative of lust. So when we think of lust, right, the first thing we think of is sexual desire. And that's actually the number one definition that you'll find when you look in the dictionary. But what I want to talk about is that it's deeper than that. If you really think about all the music that is pushed out there, especially secular music, it talks about all different kinds of lusts, like desire. So let's look at the definition. So looking at the definition, we see that it's a noun that says intense sexual desire, an overwhelming desire or craving, or an intense eagerness or enthusiasm. So it could be money, it could be power, it could be so many different things. And if you really think about it, right? If you think about how music has just shifted towards it being about that, like it being about you getting money or you having power or you feeling powerful, right? Whether that be, you break it off with somebody and now you're stronger and more powerful, or you have an intense desire to drink now because you're struggling or coping with a situation, or lust, literally what we would typically define as lust, like you're lusting after somebody, to the point where if you watch videos, if you look at other forms of art, you've noticed that the stuff that really is making a lot of money is that. Like, that's the message that's being pushed. And when you really get deeper with your walk with God, it shows you that that is what they signed up for. That is what some of these actors, artists, musicians signed up for, knowingly or unknowingly. And at first, it's very unknowingly, because you're just going off of, okay, I know people like that, right? But it makes you wonder why people like that. And it's because it's our flesh. Like, our flesh desires the carnal needs, like food, sex, and really what it's all doing is trying to push you towards that carnal nature. That's what the art is designed to do. And I really feel like when I first started making music, that was some of the things that just went over my head. Because I was like, it sounds good. And when I first started making music, at first it was like, okay, I'm going to learn rock songs. I'm going to learn Metallica. I'm going to learn System of a Down. I'm going to learn like hard rock. When I started out playing instruments and started making music. And then eventually, and this was before I even gave my life to Christ, I was atheist. I used to listen to very satanic music, like black metal. Black metal is very satanic. A lot of it is. Death metal, like, there's so many different genres I used to listen to back in the day. And before I started walking with God, I never realized that all of the music, even though there were aspects where I was talking about like the government or just the political climate, right? It was all leading towards fleshly desire and having a lust for power or money or things, like things you can't take with you at the end of the day. So I really wanted to make this video to talk about that we don't have to keep pushing this narrative. We don't. Because it keeps getting pushed for a reason. Because if you distract people long enough in their own fleshly desires, they're not going to have the opportunity to really know God, to really know his character. And I really think now looking at, I think I was reading Matthew 6 earlier today. Yeah, I was reading Matthew 6, and I'm going to pull this up. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. So if we think about it in that way, right? If we're trying to please our flesh by just listening to secular music or making music that we think feels good and sounds good, right? We're not serving God. We're just serving another master. And when you understand some of these people that attain wealth, riches, success in their music, right? You may not realize that they're not serving God. They're serving another master. And then when they ultimately gain a bigger level of success, it comes with a bigger sacrifice. It comes with a bigger dedication. But, you know, God can always take things that were meant for your bad, and when you get off your path, and turn it for good. So don't think that those people aren't redeemable as well. On that note, if you learned something today, go ahead, drop a like, drop a subscribe. Thank you for watching the entire video if you made it this far. I love you. Jesus loves you. Have a blessed day.